Fran, I think you guys had 6 rebounds in the first 18 minutes, come back to end up out-rebounding them. What sort of changed, or what did you see?
You know, I thought we had more focus, more activity to the glass. We started to get some offensive rebounds. I thought that was really good. Connor, Tony Perkins, Kris. We missed 15 shots in the first half and didn't get any back. You know, so I mean, our defense is pretty good if you look at the numbers, but we just got destroyed on the glass, and so that had to change if we were going to win. That's the bottom line.
The last 2 games, you felt opponents to 31 and 33% after 3 games and 50 and above. How conscious has the effort been to get those numbers down, and how have you made it happen?
Well, I didn't make anything happen. They did. Really impressive effort and communication. This is a really hard team to defend. They run really good stuff. They have multiple guys that can go one-on-one. They have multiple guys that can make a 3. And, you know, so it's constantly, you know, hand off, ball screen, you know, ball down screen to a handoff, you know, and it's screen roll hard. So you're helping, and you got to recover, contest, and then rebound, because they're coming. They're all coming to the glass. So, you know, anything short of that kind of effort, and they're going to beat you. They're going to shoot a higher number, and you're going to have problems. So it's a really good win for our team.
Their coach came in and really praised your team's toughness. I mean, when you hear that from an opposing coach, how does that make you feel?
Well, I got a ton of respect for Mike. I mean, he's really good in so many different ways. So I appreciate that. But I think it's a real compliment to the players. You know, we had a tough road game. It didn't go the way we'd hoped, and get home at 3 a.m., play an afternoon game on Saturday against a team that is really going to challenge you with their physicality, with their ball movement, with their cuts, with their talent and execution. So the fact that we're able to put together an effort like this, I think says a lot about the guys in that locker room.
Late in the game, there was a stretch where you scored 20 points. 18 of them were either from Kris or Keegan. What's it like when you have those 2 on the court? What's the dynamic?
Well, you know, you kind of expect it from Keegan, and I don't ever want to take it for granted. But I was just really happy for Kris, the way he played. I thought, you know, he was a little bit sideways the other night, and he didn't get anything going. And like I said to you guys, you know, sometimes he gets down on himself. And tonight he screwed up one play badly, and you know, and it's like just keep playing. He came back and he made a steal and another steal and a block shot and a bucket, made his free throws. Just really proud of him.
Can you talk about Patrick and how he kind of came out and gave you guys?
Yeah, I thought, you know, early on, you know, the crowd was really enthused, and you know, we jumped him 10-2. He scored 8 quick ones, really being aggressive. That takes some of the pressure off J-Bo and Keegan and Kris when he comes in. Phillip, you know, we got a lot of, you know, Phillip gives us 8 and 5. I mean, shoots 4 for 5. I mean, everybody that came in really affected the game. I mean, Connor's defense and Tony Perkins, I mean, his energy level. I mean, the one offensive rebound putback was a big play in the game. I mean, so many of those guys made big. I thought Joe T was really good. You know, you look and say, okay, well, he only had, you know, 4 points, but I thought his activity level, 3 steals, his energy level was really infectious.
Not that we haven't seen Keegan step up obviously this year, but just he was 0 for 6. He hits that big sidestep 3, which I think really sealed the deal.
It's amazing, you know, that he's able to do that. You know, because he was just off a little bit. You know, I thought the 3s that he took were good shots. I don't think he forced anything. He doesn't typically force anything. That's not how he plays. But he didn't hesitate on that. He just drilled it. I think, you know, that was the dagger. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kris, what was the energy like tonight? Like today, obviously, a sold-out crowd.
Yeah, we're really excited for this game. Just to see the place packed. It was the first time this season, so it was really cool. And we definitely fed off the energy throughout the game, and they helped us win.
Kris, you guys had 6 rebounds in the first 18 minutes, and you end up out-rebounding them, 37-34. What sort of change did you kind of see out, and how did you guys really kind of turn around the effort on the glass?
We just need to be more physical, and we need more people to crash the glass. And having that mindset helped us a lot in the second half, just to out-rebound them by how much we did and get more offensive rebounds, which create a lot more opportunities offensively, which is why we were able to kind of increase the lead.
You and Keegan really kind of took over at the end and really put this one away. Was that something you guys consciously did, or is it just you went out there and
Yeah, we were just out there hooping, just kind of like when we did when we were younger. But it was pretty cool just to kind of see both of us contribute to kind of the end of the game and help us win.
All 3 of your 3-pointers were pretty big. I mean, they had closed the gap, or I think one of them, right at the end of the first half, gave you guys a nice boost. Or you don't even think about that stuff, though, right? You're just throwing it up there?
I have a lot of confidence in my shot, and they were playing me pretty low. So coach and our captains just kind of told me to let it fly, and because they have a lot of confidence in my shot, and that's what I did. Those are pretty big shots, and they felt good when I released them. So.
Does your game change at all when you're out there with Keegan?
I wouldn't say it changes, but I just have to kind of play off of him. Like playing with, off of Keegan's going to be different than playing off of Phillip or when I'm playing the 5, but because Keegan rim runs a lot, so you kind of have to. It's more of a cutting game with him on the court, just because we don't want to create double teams for him and give him tough shots to make. So.
How has this team improved defensively the last couple games?
Yeah, our defensive intensity has been a lot better, I would say, the last couple games. And I think we kind of just feed off of that by getting more and more stops in a row. I think when we do that, our defense is really good, and we're all connected right now, and I think that's a good thing, especially like this part of the season.
What was the discussion like, and maybe at halftime, about rebounding? Because you were at halftime out rebounded 22-10, and then you came out and you ended up winning that paddle. So.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of discussion about that at halftime, and if so, what was kind of said? Yeah,
we're all really kind of just upset with ourselves just because we let that happen, and we made it a point to out-rebound in the second half. I mean, we were still at 5 when we were out-rebounded by that much, so we knew that if we did that and out-rebounded them, we'd have a really good chance to win the game.
The coach came in and praised you guys' toughness. Is that something you feel like this team maybe has within it?
Yeah, we're a really tough group. We're not going to let anyone out-tough us, and that's kind of been our mentality coming to the Big Ten season. And I think that's kind of what you see on the court, too.
I mean, you seem so mild-mannered, though.
Yeah, it's mild-mannered, but we have a toughness about us, and I think I like it.
I think after the opening possession where they got the opening layup, I think you had 7 straight stops. I think there was at least 1 shot clock violation there. If you get those early shot clock violations in 10 seconds, does that just sort of carry over for the rest of the game? Because it really seems like it sets the tone for you guys.
Yeah, it does, especially because in the first half they hit a couple shots at the end of the shot clock. We don't want that at all. We want them to take tougher shots at the end of the shot clock, and we were able to do that in the second half, and that helped us a lot, just create a lot of momentum with the crowd and feed off that energy.
Who do we have here?
Say hi. This is Booker, everyone. Questions?
No, why do you have that kid with you?
This is my nephew.
Oh.
The most adorable baby in the whole world. Isn't that right? The next sharpshooter for Iowa. What is it, 2039, I think? Recruiting class, maybe? So, he's on the recruiting board already.
Yes.
So there was a
What was it like to see a game with this kind of a crowd on a Saturday afternoon? Because you don't have these very often.
It's awesome, to be able to, we had quite the road stretch, traveling to Rutgers and, playing at Minnesota. It's our 3rd game in 6 days, so, to be able to come back and, have our families back at the game and, having a sold-out arena is quite, we fed off that energy because we definitely needed this game, and it was definitely worth it for us to get back to 500, and we have a huge stretch ahead of us.
How was the flight back, just kind of recovering from the way that game ended and knowing it was such a short turnaround here? How did you guys respond, I guess?
Yeah, no, we needed to respond. That was an important game for us to get back to 500, like I said. I'm not giving up. Yes. You didn't like that question, did you? Chat's scary. Joe, work on your interview skills.
I do that to a lot of people. Yeah.
No, I mean, it was a really important game for us. You know, it was a hard travel week for us, playing at Minnesota Sunday, going to Rutgers. We got back at 3 a.m. My car didn't start. I got back at 4 in the morning. That night it was cold. It was a long night, and I played terribly personally. And I thought the last 2 days I make a 3 here or there. It's a totally different game at Rutgers, and we wanted to win that game, but. We definitely fought tonight. We knew what was at stake. We were tied in conference. It's another night in the Big Ten. You look across the board, teams are beating teams you didn't think you would beat, and we knew we had to come ready to play because this Penn State team is a special group as well, and it was important for us to get back to 500.
I saw you coming out of the locker room that night. You looked pretty down. How do you get back up on such short notice? And you've certainly been around long enough to know how to do it.
Yeah, this is probably one of the first time in my career where I kind of doubted myself. Minnesota and Rutgers, I was, getting the ball late in the shot clock, and I wasn't my normal self. And I got to credit Coach Burrell. He brought me to the locker room, or brought me into his office right before the game here, and just showed me some of my clips, through the years, all my big shots I've hit, and kind of the cockiness and swagger I've played with. And I need to get back to that, because that's myself, and I haven't been myself these last couple games, and shots I think are going to fall. I'm not even coming close to the basket, and I think I'm just putting way too much pressure on myself because I want this final year of mine, and this team that we have is really special. I want this final year to be special, and I think we have the group to make it deeper on the NCAA tournament. And right now we just got to keep building, one game at a time to keep building our resume.
You mentioned being able to reach 500 now in conference play, being able to win tonight in commanding fashion before a sold-out home crowd. Does this give you a sense of confidence, or the team a sense of confidence as you move forward into conference play?
Yeah, for sure. We need to build off every win you have in the Big Ten because, this league is one of the best leagues in the country, and every single game's a fight, no matter who you're playing at, or who you're playing against, or where you're playing at. We have to feed off our home crowd, which we did tonight, and it's important for us to stack home wins because that's what essentially gets people ahead in conference. You win at home, you take care of a couple road games, and all of a sudden you're looking at a possible bye and a double bye in the conference tournament. So, myself being a veteran, understanding that we have to, make the most of every possession out there. They tied the game in the first half, and I got able to get back in the game, and we were able to make another run, and that's what we need to do. When people hit us in the mouth, we got to hit them right back. And I think our team has definitely done a good job of that. No matter the loss we had beforehand, we were able to come back the next game and keep fighting.
You talked about the pressure. Is that stuff you're just putting on yourself?
I would definitely say so. Yeah, for some reason I just been overthinking everything, and I want this year to be so perfect, and I thought I started out great, and for whatever reason I haven't been able to find a rhythm, and shots I normally would make my entire career just haven't been falling these last 4 or 5 games, and tonight was it was tough seeing my first shot, transition 3 going in and out of the basket, and I was like, here we go again, but my teammates did a great job, just keep telling me to shoot. My coaches, I've always been confident in myself. And that's what got me to be the shooter I am. I just keep shooting, and I know that regression is always to the mean. Whether I'm shooting poorly the last 4 or 5 games, that I know I'm above 40% 3-point shooter, and I'm going to get back to that at some point.
How important was that little stretch? You missed that 3. Joe gets the rebound going out of bounds, gets the ball back to you. You then hit the 3. How big was that for you at that point?
Huge individually for my confidence because Minnesota. At Rutgers, I was hesitating to shoot that shot. And finally I got the ball back, and it was 30-plus feet from the basket at the Tiger Hawk. But that's shots I've made in my career, and the last couple of games I've been hesitant to shoot that. And I think I'm starting to get my mentality back, and having Joe T as a point guard like that to keep feeding me is important for myself because he wants his shooters to be confident, and it helps his assists and it helps the team. When I'm able to be aggressive, it helps the team run, and I think I definitely lacked that against Rutgers.
Okay, thanks for